the title of the video is going to speak for itself. This first night of WrestleMania 42 really wasn't that great. There wasn't a whole lot um, to really sink your teeth into. I mean, it was like a 4 hour show, and only like an hour and a half of it was wrestling. Sure, there were some great spots and stuff, but aside from the Rollins Gunther match and maybe the unsanctioned match, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about here in terms of good match quality. Obviously, the first match kind of gets a little bit of a pass because it has a celebrity in it, I Show Speed. This was kind of a throwaway match anyway. He's getting LA Knight, the Usos, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory on the WrestleMania card. But even still, I think this did more harm than good, especially for the Vision. Even though they do know have Braun Breaker back, I think this group is really just it's been cursed since Rollins honestly got hurt because then Breaker got hurt, Reed got hurt, etc., etc. Um, though there was a cool spot with Speed jumping from the announce desk or from the post onto Logan Paul, who was on the announce desk after the match. That was, I guess, cool, but that was really all you could say about this match. It was only like 7 minutes, which is a reoccurring theme for whatever reason. However, this is the only match that actually deserves that amount of time. The unsanctioned match, I get it. They were trying to fit it within the hour for ESPN2. But even still, yes, it was good. It had a nice couple spots with weapons and stuff, tables, chairs, wrenches. McIntyre was, PTSD from the toolbox. But, I mean, I think this is a reoccurring theme. I'm going to say it. Again, just there's not enough time. They didn't get enough time. They got maybe 15 minutes for an unsanctioned match. So not a whole lot of time to sink your teeth into it. Obviously, there were some cool table spots, like Jacob getting pushed off the top rope through the table, and then when he ended the match with the moonsault through the table. But I feel like every match, for the most part on this card, just ended so abruptly, which is very unfortunate. We then did go into that women's four-way for the tag titles, and yes, there was a cool spot. Obviously, Nikki's hurt, so Paige comes back, which I think is really cool. Super stoked to have her back. Obviously, it is crazy having both the Bellas, AJ Lee and Paige in WWE in 2026. But again, the match, it was really just clamoring. Ooh, when is Paige gonna get tagged in? When is Paige gonna get tagged in? Obviously, she's the last person in the match to get tagged in, and then from there, the match ends in a couple minutes. Hits the Rampage on, I believe it was Alexa for her and Brie to win the tag titles. I mean, cool, I guess. It was again like the speed spot. It's more for the moment than it was for the match. Um, but yeah. Then speaking of AJ Lee, went into Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. This is their second one-on-one match, fourth time that they've been in the ring together. Obviously, there's a story. Becky can't escape the Black Widow. Tapped out 3 times to it. Jessica Carr is the ref. They get into it and this, that, and the other. Anyways, Becky cheats, uses the exposed top rope, the metal part of it, to win the title back. Which, I mean, yes, it probably is for the better that Becky is the champion again. However, again, like the last couple matches, it was only like 8 minutes. So I feel like they could have done a little bit more, especially given the amount of time for the show. It's 4 hours. They only wrestled for like an hour and a half in total, which was kind of unfortunate. Man, this match had a lot to be desired, especially since it's been building up for like 6 months. So unfortunately, I just felt like there was a lot missing from this match. We then did segue into, like I said, the one like good portion of the show, that being Gunther and Rollins. I really like the match. I really like the quality. Chops. This is why I always like Gunther match, because he has a wide variety of offense. He has his chops, his splash, his power bomb, the sleeper hold, all that stuff. And it was very scrappy. It was very well put together by these guys. Even though they had like not that great of a build up, it was still very phenomenal. Anyways, they're fighting. 15 minutes go by or whatever. Braun Breaker does finally make his return. Spears Seth Rollins, costing him the match against Gunther. Passes out in the sleeper. It was what it was. I'm more interested in what happens after now that Braun Breaker's back and what the favor is that Gunther is owed from Paul Heyman. Um, but yeah, that match was fine, I guess, for having very little build up. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. I'm pretty sure their entrances lasted longer than the match because Liv had that big entrance with her new song Trouble. Um, Again, it was like another 8-minute match, which was just very unfortunate, especially all the build up that they've had, since honestly since Liv picked her back in January or early February, it might have been. Again, though, I mean, it did what it needed to do. Liv's a champion again. Uh, Vaquer finally loses her undefeated streak since coming up to the main roster. But I mean, even still, like, Judgment Day got involved. They didn't have to get involved that quick. Like, let them go like 15 minutes instead of half that. Let us sink our teeth into, you know. But what are you gonna do? John Cena comes out, announces the attendance. Woo. Then Bianca Belair comes out, which was really cool to see her. She announces she's pregnant. That was pretty cool. It is unfortunate we won't get to see her probably till after WrestleMania 43 now, but it is what it is. Congrats to her and to Montez Ford. Main event: Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. Here's the thing with this: Pat McAfee. I don't. It was doomed from the start when they picked Pat McAfee to be the guy on the phone. Like, him and Randy, before even bell starts, they start to jump Cody, whatever. Then Cody starts to fight back, hits McAfee with a crossroads, sets him on the announce desk. Jelly roll of all people, comes out, elbow drops him through it. He leaves on a stretcher. Okay, so then Randy and Cody start fighting for a good, 10 minutes, whatever. RKO, Cody Cutter. There might have been crossroads in there. I'm not sure, but Pat McAfee, the ref gets knocked down. Pat McAfee comes back in a ref suit, trying to help Randy counts 1, 2, kick out. And then Randy RKO's Pat, why? He's helping you. It makes no sense. And then crossroads, and the ref gets recovered 1, 2, 3. Cody retains. That was my least favorite part of the show, in my opinion. Poorly booked ending to night 1. I really hope they do it right for night 2, because it made no sense. It really didn't make any sense at all. Like, Pat McAfee, really, honestly, he didn't need to be there, is the big thing. There were so many other people that could have been on the phone. And then, yeah, Randy, after the match, he hits Cody with a punt kick, which we haven't seen since, like, the pandemic, holds up the title. But he's not the champion. Just make him the champion. Or don't have him do that. Either way, I think the show received a D+. I think it honestly could have been, that's probably generous in my opinion. But anyways, that's what I got. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for night 2 review.